It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight, we've got one last present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year, between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To the air, Allen. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Mixon with a first down carry. It's a room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now, what a good contest here for our first Monday night game of 2023. Happy New Year, one and all. And thanks for pulling yourself away from all those college bowl games going on. For this, a great matchup between two of the real up-and-comers in the AFC. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. So on 4th down, on is Evan McPherson and the Bengal field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Allen off the play fake. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 21st touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here in this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, well, we look at the defense. They came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
2nd and 2. Operating from the gun. Perry. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up the first down.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Perry. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. But for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And now here's another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Perry. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This one hauled in by Sample. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Off play action. Perry. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. The 40. Past the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
So maybe some signs of life. This has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it out in order to try and get the upset win.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down. You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Dancing to, and a big loss here as he's taken down. A.J. Klein just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing to start the drive. Perry. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Off the play fake. Perry. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing on 1st down. Perry dumps it off to Mixon. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway from the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the 2nd half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Singletary trying the left side. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Allen now looks to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
In motion left goes a tight end. To throw, it's Allen.
Oh, it's tipped, but he still makes the adjustment.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 39 yards.
And the Bills get a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that cuts this lead down to 13.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
89 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Here's Hines.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On the handoff, running left, Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
And now they'll throw with Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their step.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off play action. Perry. He gets this one to Boyd. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Off the play fake. Perry. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 102 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Perry. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Perry. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This to make it a 2-score game. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
23 yards the pickup there. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On play action, Allen. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. And they'll try to run the option here. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Back to throw. Perry. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. It's Mixon on the counter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. 116 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep the offense on the sidelines. Let's close this one out.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, Parker, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Bengals, they run their record to 13-3 now on the year.